What is stress? Stress is the unofficial health and medical concern today. Stress is an accumulation of negative emotions inside the human body, which eventually puts a lot of load on your immunity and leads to health and fitness issues. Hi, I'm Arvind. I'm the founder and fitness director of AD Fitness. I have been in this industry for 12 years now, and since the beginning, I have always been interested in discussing with the client what issues they have, what is the reason they are coming to the gym, what is the goal that they want to achieve. And through this discussion with every client I have come across till now, there is one thing which I have found common among all of them. That is, everybody has health or medical issues, or they have joint problems, and one of the reasons that everybody has this is stress. What is the definition of stress? Stress is the body's response to perceived stress and perceived challenges. Now, why do we say perceived? Stressful situations are there everywhere, and how we react to that stressful situation, that emotion that is generated, the negative emotion that is generated, it goes inside the body. So, the perception of the person is very important when it comes to stress response. These negative emotions, when they get inside the body and they start accumulating over a long period of time, they can create some really damaging effects both to the mind and to the body. So, who all does stress affect? Stress affects basically software professionals, working professionals, business owners, homemakers, and students as well. What are the reasons for stress to affect software professionals, working professionals, homemakers, business owners, and students? There are different reasons why it will affect the individuals in a different ways. Now, let us take the example of a software professional. What are the reasons that the person has to undergo a lot of stress? Here are some of the reasons: extended work hours, project deadlines, desk job syndrome, long duration screen hours, rotational work shifts, and long travel to the office and coming back, and out of town travel. With regard to extended working hours, this is what my clients tell me, that this is definitely not a 9 to 5 job. They have to work in different world timelines, sometimes the US time, sometimes other time, Australian time. So this timeline, when Indians follow, which is not the natural and normal timeline, it affects them in a really bad way. But since the competition is so high, they continue to work in the same way, and it's not optional. When it comes to project deadlines, this is what my clients say, that when there's a deadline fix, there's a new project release coming up, and as and when the project deadline comes closer, they get more stressed out. They're working more hours, they're putting in more effort, they start missing on their workout sessions, and there's no escape from the stress of a project deadline. So when it comes to desk job syndrome, this is more of a physical stress rather than a mental one. Now, you're sitting there on the desk for long number of hours. As already the industry is not a 9 to 5 industry, you have to be at work whenever the demand is. So sitting for long hours on the desk and working is reducing your mobility, increasing stiffness in your joints. It will create issues like repetitive stress injuries. So desk job syndrome, that adds a lot of physical stress to you. With regard to long duration screen usage, you're at the desk, you're sitting for long hours, odd hours, looking at the screen for all the time. So you get eye strain and the computer eye syndrome. When you start get irritation in your eyes, there's a lot of fatigue, there's burning. This is what long duration screen usage can do to you. With regard to rotational work shifts, My clients usually tell me there are three shifts. One is a morning shift, one is an evening shift, and one is a graveyard shift, as you know it. So the favorite one is usually the graveyard shift. So this kind of a timeline where our clients work for these different timelines, and the frequency of the shift is different for everybody. Some people do all the three shifts in 1 week. Some people have a once in a week change in timelines. Some people have once in a month or once in 3 month timeline changes. But irrespective of that, when your wake up time and sleep times are so erratic, it can be really damaging for the body. And in the terms of results, we can see here these are the people who get the least amount of results. So when it comes to long travel to office, our clients travel to Whitefield, Bambalur, ITPL, Sarjapura. So these places to travel take at least 2 hours. In the Bangalore traffic, what you know, it's a very stressful thing to do. And to one way is 2 hours, and the two way it's 4 hours a day. You're just sitting there in the cab and traveling. That itself is a huge stress. So doing this for 4 to 5 days in a week can be massive stress load. So long duration travel is a lot of accumulated stress for everybody. Many of our clients travel out of town. They travel to their parent company locations, maybe different countries, different time zones. And when they travel there and they come back, they have to recover a day or two just to get back to the normal timeline. There is jet lag that they have to cope up with. That again is a lot of stress, and this is frequent with many of our software clients. So ultimately, what are the issues that stress create inside a software professional? Now, these are some of them. One, there is fatigue. One, there is jet lag because of out of country travel. Then there is insomnia. There's disturbed sleep. There's a lot of anxiety. And because of the desk job syndrome, there's a lot of stiffness, due to which they will have neck, shoulder, wrist, back, or knee issues. And ultimately, because of this lifestyle, there's a lot of poor choice in dietary foods. So the healthy foods go out, the unhealthy shortcut foods, they come into their life, which leads to weight gain, again, which is an added stress. And then those who are not into an active lifestyle and not exercising, then that will lead to reduced strength and loss of muscle. So the second type of person we'll be discussing in who are the business owners. What are the issues that they face that ultimately leads to stress in their life? Some of them are, you notice business owners are usually 24 hours, 7 days a week and 365 days a year workers. For them, there's no rest, there's no holidays. Then they have erratic food timings because of appointments, because of customers meetings. They never have a fixed time. And they usually consume food out of house whenever they are traveling and whenever they have meetings. They are always in financial stress, handling financial decisions, payments, and income generating. So they'll be busy with that. They usually have very less time for their family. There's a work-life imbalance, and they have a very bad sleep pattern. Next, we'll discuss the issues that are bothering the business owners. So because of all this stress that gets overloaded in them, they have disturbed sleep, they have a high emotional state. You see, they can get really angry very fast. They're usually, whenever there's financial stress, they can get depressed very quickly. So there's a lot of variations in the emotional state. Because of traveling, they'll be sitting for a long time, driving themselves, or maybe traveling for longer distances. They'll have back issues. There'll be stress fatigue, obviously, because of all of these factors coming together. And metabolic syndrome is pretty common in business work. So the third type of person we are going to discuss in who are the homemakers. The homemakers are stressed out both on the physical terms and also as a psychological terms. So when it comes to physical stress, they are responsible for keeping the house well maintained, which includes cleaning, house cleaning, washing clothes, kitchen duty, maintenance of the wardrobes, everything. That's a lot of physical work. And then when it comes to the psychological stress, Basically the relationship issues which they will have with their parents, with their in-laws, the husband, the kids, and the other relatives. So in every house, there's a lot of personal issues happening. There's a lot, like how Ghar Ghar Ki Kahani. There's a lot of drama in every house. So that these things add up to the psychological stress. And when it comes to giving care, they always put themselves last. So first they put everybody else in the front. They take care of their husband, they take care of their kids, they take care of their parents and the in-laws, and they put everybody else first. And in that process, they put themselves last, which eventually leads to bad food habits. So let us discuss the issues that the homemakers face due to stress. Firstly, they have a lot of upper body stiffness due to house cleaning, maintenance work. So that makes the muscles very stiff. And secondly, they will have lower back pain because of long standing hours in the kitchen. So cooking is a very tiresome and long process, because of which they can get lower back pain. Due to the relationship issues, they will have a lot of mental fatigue. They'll have a lot of pent up emotions stressed and suppressed inside their body, which can ultimately lead to a lot of health issues. And again, they ignore those health issues, putting everybody else in front. That keeps accumulating, which can lead to more complications. Ultimately, their sleep patterns are also not good. They sleep very less hours, sometimes 4, 5 hours, 6 hours. So that again can lead to under recovery, which can stress out their immune system, can lead to long-term medical issues. Now comes the question, how do you manage stress? How do you avoid the damage? How can you protect yourself from harm that stress can inflict on your body? Let us discuss the few methods that are very effective in management of stress. Some of them are: 1. You have to build awareness about stress and understand how it is affecting your health and fitness. The second thing is that you have to exercise regularly. Exercise can be counteractive to stress and it can reduce the damage in a big way. Meditation and mindfulness, it helps a lot. Then time management, if you use a day planner, set your work in a timeline and follow the timeline, the stress can be reduced. Social support, get in touch with your friends, your family, get emotional support and reduce the damage. Don't keep the stress inside yourself. Make healthy lifestyle choices, especially the food. Eat healthy food. That can help you reduce the stress and help you heal. Eat good antioxidant rich food. That will help you a lot. Find a mentor or a coach who can guide you in making good decisions, handling stress better. Among the above stress management solutions that I have given you, right now we will be focusing on meditation and mindfulness. Now, to understand how meditation and mindfulness can help you, let me give you an analogy. Just imagine this. Imagine a car on a racetrack speeding at its maximum speed level. Now, our mind is in the same mode. When we are stressed out, the thoughts are running at the speed of that car. Now, at that speed, the risk of accident is very high. And in the same way, our thoughts at that speed, we can take wrong decisions and can end up with more stress by taking a wrong decision, which will lead to a negative conclusion, which will lead to negative events, and the stress amplifying from there. So as an accident can damage the car, a negative emotion can also damage the body. So this is how you can understand stress through this analogy. So what do we do now? How do we control this speed? How do we avoid the damage? So we will discuss with you what I call as 4 minutes to de-stress in just 5 minutes. So these are 4 methods that I will be discussing with you in the next video. But right now I will tell you what those 4 methods are. The 4 methods are: first one is called shut the eye. Second method is called diaphragmatic breathing. Third method is called vibration wave therapy. And the fourth method Everybody would know this. This is called as Shavasana. So these 4 methods we will be discussing in the next video, and by using these 4 methods you can avoid maximum damage that stress can have on your body. Keep watching. See you in the next video.